What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Back like I never left before. Um, like I say, and I said every time, everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. And when I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do it on God. I'm Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of Star Money Click. No one rapper in the world, no BMC for life. That is the other co-CEO of the Star Money Click, and also the nominated BET Award, Mr. 1 5, and the owner of Punish Me Vodka that sponsors our show and the number one producer in the world. And that is a devoted 49er fan and a hopeful Oklahoma Sooner fan and my brother from another mother, Jimmy Two Times. We are the On God Podcast. What's happening? Um, I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna go back to the first game, and then I'm gonna get to the game that happened yesterday, which ended up being a closeout game. Um, the Knicks beat the Pacers in game five, 111-94. Um, Watching the game, you would have thought the Knicks found something because the whole team came to play in that game in New York in the Garden because Siakam had 15, Mathurin had 23, but they had Halliburton on lock. Halliburton didn't do
Mm-hmm.
shit. Brunson had 32, 5 and 5. Karl Anthony Towns had 24 and 13 rebounds. Bridges had 12 points. And Anobi had 11. Hart had 12 and 10 rebounds. And if you watch the game, the way they had jumped on their ass, you was like, damn, they might have just found something for real. Where we might go seven. We might go seven. Well, let's jump to game six. The Pacers blow their ass out 125-108. The first half was close. The third quarter is when the game got away. Um, Siakam had 31 and 5. Halliburton had 21, 6 and 13. Toppin had 18. Nembhard had 14. Turner had 11. Bryant had 11. Neesmith had 10. I mean, with seven people in double figures, you're not gonna lose the game. Like you shouldn't lose the game. Anunoby came to play at 24, 5 and 3. Karl Anthony Towns had 22 and 14, but Jalen Brunson had 19 and 7, but it was an ugly ass 19 and 7. They was on his ass. Bridges had 15, and Shaman had 12, but I think they played Shaman too late in the series. I feel like Shaman should have played every fucking game of this series.
Best in the game one.
And this goes back to when we talked about this, and Two Times mentioned this first, that not only was it going to be based on the benches and, the play of the bench, but it was also going to be the coaching in this shit. Carlisle just knew what he was doing. And Tibbs runs his players in the ground. And it showed. And Tibbs' mistake was in game six, which was really funny to me, is the game was close in the first quarter. And like the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter, he had Jalen Brunson and Bridges on the bench. Like, bro, this is your game seven. Like, you have to get this game to make it a game seven. So you're gonna have to play. These guys are gonna have to play 48 minutes for the next 3 fucking games, bro. Period.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, what do y'all think is the mistake that the Knicks? Why do y'all think the Knicks lost this series? Not just this game, but overall, between the two of y'all, why do you think they lost this series? And who should be held accountable for the loss?
I'll tell you exactly who the hell it is. Let me do a little bit of backtracking.
Okay.
Remember what I said? This series, it was turnovers, fast break points. Whoever won that won the game. And that game, in the game to get it to game six, that's what the Knicks finally did. They won the turnovers and the fast break points. But in game six, they said, man, I didn't feel comfortable doing that shit. Let's just go back to what we were doing the whole series. And that's why they asked us at the goddamn lake fishing. But who's held accountable? Tom Thibodeau, because his bench was too short. Because don't you find it funny? Then we had a Thomas Bryant fucking he just showed up out of nowhere. I mean, I had actually forgotten that this motherfucker played for the damn Pacers. Rick Carlisle reached down his bench and he found matchups, individual small matchups that he could bring to the table that was causing the Knicks some issues. And it was just little role guys. It wasn't any star power. The star power on the Knicks side, I mean, where do we start? I mean, motherfuckers weren't showing up, not shooting poorly. And then 1 minute, Karl-Anthony Towns act like he ain't gonna play. Then he's out there running around like nothing ever happened. It's just the Knicks. The Knicks need to fix their bench. That's the only thing they need to problem. It's not the front. It's not the starting lineup. News, you said that shit. The last podcast we talked about this. They need to fix their bench. It's not their core. I was more about maybe they need to move. Maybe they need to move a guy out the starting lineup for somebody else. That may be a thing too. But I think now they're watching this whole series and stepping back, they just need a better bench. They need some more. They need some more bench power. And then I think Tom Thibodeau needs to look at this as a reflection that now that he's gotten as far as he's ever gotten with any team he's ever had, he needs to learn how to use his bench and find the matchups when he's not getting what he needs from his starters. And that's the whole day of the game, in my opinion. I don't know what one foul gonna say, but that's what I looked at. That's what I saw.
One foul.
Well, I was going to say a variant of that. We all know Tom Thibodeau runs his team into the dirt, and they usually run out of gas, and we saw that with the turnovers and sloppy play. He definitely needs to do something about bringing on a couple other bench players to keep these guys fresh that can contribute. Pacers just did a good job, man. They took advantage of all that. They played like a team. Obi Toppin played like the Knicks drafted him and then traded him to Indianapolis. And then Pascal Siakam played out of his mind last night. He played a great game. No complaints. The Knicks seriously need to take a hard look in the mirror. Brunson needs to learn how to trust his teammates a little bit more. When the game starts getting a little bit difficult, starts getting a little tighter, that's when you see Hero Brunson come out. Like he feels like he's the only person that can make those shots. He's the only person that can make that play. They'll have to fix that, and they'll have to get him a couple other players other than Towns that he trusts up there.
The shot selection was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
The whole series with the Knicks, the shot selection was horrible. Especially with Cat. Brunson, when Cat get going, the thing I hate about Cat is when he get going, he might have scored 4 buckets in the paint. That 5th bucket, he gonna shoot a logo 3 and ain't gonna hit shit but the side of the goddamn backboard. It's like, why, bro? Like you just hit 5 in a row. Go on back in there and do it again.
He was killing him.
Keep doing the same shit. And then you don't, I knew this was gonna hurt the Knicks when they lost DiVincenzo. And I knew they didn't have no bench.
Nah.
I knew they couldn't keep up with the Pacers because the Pacers had a bench. Bryant was a steal that they got from us, which I hated that the Lakers let him go when we let him go because he's finally coming into his game for real.
Yeah.
He had started working on his 3-ball, and that's why he was hitting it in this series. The Knicks, I'm gonna be honest. We talking about what Tom Thibodeau gonna do. Tom Thibodeau probably ain't gonna have no job next year. I'm gonna be honest. I would be surprised if the Knicks don't fire him, honestly, because
that's what
there's not. You're doing if you run it back, you don't go get no pieces, and you come back with the same squad. What results you gonna get again?
Mm-hmm.
So the shit ain't gonna change until y'all change something. You need better role players on that bench, which is a given. Like Deron Wright, we didn't even know who the fuck that was.
He used to play for us, Miami.
I didn't like who the fuck are you? What do you do?
Nothing.
I mean, just pulling people out the clear blue. Shaman should have been playing the whole series. I mean, McBride is cool, but McBride ain't. McBride was better last year in the playoffs than he is this year. I mean, it's just sometimes you just peak real fast. He peaked last year. This year wasn't his thing. But I mean, we'll see where the Knicks go forward. You know, dealing with this situation with their team. So I'm not gonna take nothing from the Pacers. Congratulations to the Pacers. It's the second time in 25 years that they made it to the finals. And you know, we can actually speak on this new matchup because that OKC problem is a motherfucker.
Well, I was gonna say to your point, News. Mike Malone sitting out there. That's the big well. Hey, coach wise.
I don't know if I would do that.
Yeah, that might not be a good fit.
Nah.
I think that'd be a better fit than Thibodeau.
Nah, they need a.
But you might as well get Mike Brown if you're gonna do that.
They need an offensive coach.
Yeah.
Defense ain't their problem. Offensively, they're stagnant. They have no plays. When you watch them play, it's hand the ball off to Brunson, hand the ball off to Brunson, hand the ball off to Cat, hand the ball off to Anobi. There's no movement. Nobody is moving. It's a bunch of one-on-one basketball. And if they're not hitting their shots, that's when they get their ass whooped. Because the team they playing is moving the ball. The team they playing is moving their people. You can't win basketball. Winning basketball is not like that anymore. We're just ISO ball. ISO ball is going to get you beat every time. The only team that can play ISO ball in the NBA right now is the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Denver Nuggets, and that's really it.
Yeah.
The Knicks can play it, but it's not a success.
That's not their game.
It doesn't work for them. And they keep trying to do it, but it don't work.
But you brought up a good point real quick. Haven't you noticed now the whole time that Karl-Anthony Towns has been in the NBA, he has never figured out what he needs to shoot and when he needs to shoot it. That's traveled with him from Minnesota here to New York. And it's funny you brought that shit up because I was thinking that the other night when I was watching the game. I said, this dude gets on a roll. He can't be stopped in the paint. And then he said, yeah, that's enough paint for the day. Let me go to the parking lot and shoot.
Yeah. He has no. He's probably the best shooting big man in the league from deep, but he don't know when to shoot it. He don't know when not to shoot it. So it's like, if you're gonna play that way, it's always gonna be, the results ain't gonna never work for him for real.
Take him out the fucking game.
Let me preview this finals, and I'm gonna get y'all's picks, and I'm gonna get what y'all think about it, but. The question I got about this finals is because we've seen them both play 7. We've seen them play in the conference finals. And I picked Ant and them because Ant came on the show. But I've been OKC all year. I knew who gonna win it, and I seen who was gonna win it from jump. But I had to give Ant some love. But I'm gonna be honest. Even watching the Pacers beat the Knicks, right? That shit the Pacers was just doing on the Knicks. If they think they're going to be able to do that shit against Oklahoma City, you got another motherfucking thing coming. That's the best defense in the league. That shit's different over there. It's just different. And the thing with the Pacers, got to realize, y'all go about 8-9 deep. They go damn near 10-11 deep. So if you don't want to run with them because they're too young to run with, you can't play half court offense with them because if you play half court, they really gonna lock your ass up. So it's kind of like you just gotta hope they have one of them Oklahoma City nights where they shooting bad. And I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not gonna say the Pacers are about to get smoked, but I'll give y'all my pick after I get y'all picks. Who y'all got and why for the finals?
I'm going to go Pacers 7, and I'm going to go with experience. Pascal Siakam's 1. He's been there before. Nobody in Oklahoma has really been there. This is uncharted territory for him. I just think the Pacers feel like they feel like they're the underdog. They got a chip on their shoulder and they're playing with it. And this is going to be a great series. If they lose, I mean, I'm happy with the season they had, but I just feel like this is a team of destiny this year. So we'll see.
Two times, what you think?
I think matchup wise, they obviously match up better than the Knicks would have matched up. Looking at how the Wolves played them, they might match up just a little bit better than the Wolves. But I see, for 1-5 perspective, I understand you picking your team in Game 7, but that means they'd have to win it in Oklahoma City. I don't see that. They'd have to win it in Game 6 in Indiana, and I just don't see that. It's like I got the Thunder in 6, but but I would like to see. I would love to see the hometown team finally win one because that franchise hasn't won one in almost 45 years. But the Pacers haven't won one since they left the ABA, and like I said, that's a rough call, man. You know what? I feel your pain. It doesn't worse than your team showed up to the finals and then they're walking towards a buzzsaw. But they're gonna have to really do some Joe Namath shit to pull this one off. And see, Joe Namath had to do his in one game. Y'all got to pull it off. Y'all got to pull it off 4 straight times to win this one. That's a tall task.
They've done that all playoffs.
No, I'm not counting them out. That's why I said 6 with the Thunder. That's why I said Thunder and 6. I think the Thunder is going to give them a couple of games, but then I think they're just going to pull off on them. Man, I like I said, I want a great series. I would like to see Game 7. I really want that because remember, after this shit ends, we got a whole hole in the same sports schedule where ain't shit going on with baseball. So in WNBA, that's it. So
so you got Pacers in 7, you got OKC in 6.
Yep.
I got OKC in 5 or 6.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why. These 14 point, 8 point, 9 point Halliburton games that he liked to did against New York.
They had those.
That shit ain't gonna work in this series.
He can't have those.
That little shit ain't gonna mean a fucking thing against these boys. Because for one reason, the guy that plays point guard on the other side, he don't play like Brunson. He not chasing threes. He's taking what you give him. And if it's anything in the mid-range game, he cashing in every time.
And he gonna kill you with that.
And if he want to make a play off of his guys, see the difference in this series and the Knicks series is after Towns, Anunoby, Brunson, and Bridges, nobody else can really shoot. On OKC, anybody he passed it to on that 3-point line, they can knock that shit down.
The whole roster can fucking shoot.
The big man can hit. So
even the whole roster.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's probably the worst matchup for the Pacers because OKC is a bulldozer that last year was supposed to be here, but they peaked kind of early because they was number 1 last year. So this ain't nothing new to them. This is almost like the redemption story. We coming to get what we really deserve from last year. You know what I'm saying? We slipped up and let Dallas get there when we know we was better than Dallas and Minnesota. So now they get their chance. Okay. And the Pacers probably look at it the same way. We get our chance. But the problem with the Pacers' inconsistency is, and I watched it the whole series. I watched every game. Them games where Siakam got 30 and Halliburton got 8 cannot happen. I don't give a fuck if Neesmith had 12, Nembhard had 13, all the motherfuckers have 14. If Halliburton don't average 20 plus and almost 10 dimes in this series, like he cannot score under 20 in
25, bro. 25.
He damn near. I'm only saying 20 because he has a lot of pieces around him that can get extra points. And dimes and 10 assists is basically 30 points because that's
right.
extra. if you don't average over 20, I'm gonna give you 20 because I'm gonna be nice. It's really 25 for real, but I give you 20. If you and Siakam ain't up, if y'all ain't 25 to 30 a night against these boys over here, you gonna lose in 5.
You might lose in 4.
You might lose in 4 because the first stand up thing is this ain't New York. You're not going to Oklahoma City and just stealing game 1 like that. They're not going to just sit back and be like, here, we up 20 and we going to drop a 20-point lead and give you game 1 like the Knicks did. They get up 20, they going to go up 30. They get up 30, they might go up 40 on your ass.
Because they've done it a couple times already.
They don't, it's just, and it's not a knock to the Pacers. It's just, you might have just ran into anybody that runs into these boys. This is a juggernaut right now. Like they feel some type of way. You think the Pacers got a chip on their shoulder? Oh no! Not
Did
like
you did y'all
like
did either one of y'all see that write up that ESPN did about their comparison to the Golden State Warriors of 2015, 2016? Because it's the 10th anniversary, and they compare so much to them, man. This might not be a one and done with them because they're actually a little bit younger.
It's not.
I mean, everything fits in place, man. It's almost like we're repeating history right here. So that's what I said. I like the Pacers, man. I'm a Halliburton guy, man. There's a lot of dudes on that team I like, but this just may be one of them ones where
they are. If they researched it, and historically, they are one of the top 5 defenses of all time.
Yeah,
that is some scary shit, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta go back to the Bulls. We gotta go back to the bad boy Pistons, and you're in the top 5 with them. Like that's some scary shit, bro. And I'm just saying. I love Halliburton.
Yeah.
I love Halliburton's game because I think Halliburton is the most. I think he's really the most natural point guard in the league where he does it all. And he does it. He plays it the right way. But sometimes, bro, sometimes you run into some shit that if you're not on your A game every game, because you're going to have to be A. See, the thing about them boys over there, they can beat you with their B game. They that good. Like, they was beating Ant with their B game. They wasn't even – the game – you knew when they was playing the A game because the scorers, they was up 40. Closeout game, they was up 30 in the first half.
Shit was over quick.
This shit is really scary. So it's like their A game is immaculate. Their B game is the game that you might want to play where, so this how y'all want to play this way. Well, we gonna match our energy tonight. Fuck it. Because the Thunder will give you a game. They'll give you 1. They might give you 2. The thing is, they just not giving up 4 right now.
And then here's the stat that nobody's saying though. Neither one of these teams has lost back-to-back games in the playoffs. But this shit might end quick. That stat might end quick for one of them. But I will say this much: the run that Halliburton is on. You know who he reminds me of? He's just a little taller. A young Chris Paul, the way his game played, where he can just do everything, score, dish out dimes. Like that early when the Lakers almost had a coup and got him back in them. That Chris Paul, he's that point guard right now, and it's just like if he don't do something incredible, this shit go in quick. But it's possible. It's possible. I ain't gonna doubt it.
It's what I was saying when I said to become a superstar, you have to do superstar shit the whole time. You can't have 31 points this game and then you have 8. You can't do that. And if you do have an 8-point game, it has to be one time. It can't be more than 2 games in one series where I had 8 that night, I had 10 the other night. Then the other 3 games, you got 30. Because if y'all didn't notice, did y'all notice? And I don't know if y'all seen this online, but when they gave out the Eastern Conference trophy last night, Halliburton thought he was getting it.
Yeah, that was it. He said, I'm going to take his own now.
He tapped this dude like, yeah. He walked up. Reggie Miller was like, Pascal Siakam. Like, damn. Like, because the inconsistency of those 2 games I named, when he dropping 8 and 10, bruh, you would have won it if every game you was up here. You know what I'm saying? Siakam was on that. Siakam was averaging double figures every game in the series, but it was
And he was
just
hitting big shots.
yeah, it was getting underplayed because when Halliburton did have a big game, it was 30 plus points, 10 plus assists, 5 or 6 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them type of games. But I'm telling you right now, I got OKC in 5 or 6. I'm gonna say it just like that. I don't, and it ain't. I don't hate the Pacers. I don't have a problem with the Pacers. I love Halliburton. I like Siakam's game. I always have. It's just that boy that won the MVP this year should have won that MVP last year. And that boy playing, he got a problem right now. He ain't feeling what motherfuckers is feeling. And then Draymond and them made me realize something. Early in the year, Draymond was hating on them because they are a team that's like a college team where they all get along, they don't argue. When they do their press conferences, he got the whole team behind him. When they do individual shit, he don't do nothing individually without them. Like they a really close knit group. If they win this finals, the next 2 out of the 3 or 3 out of 4, Oklahoma City might have 2 rings, bro. I'm gonna just be honest because I don't think nobody gonna be able to fuck with them in the East outside of Boston. If Boston healthy and Boston's in this, then I might be like, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because it's levels to this shit right now. And I ain't saying the Pacers ain't on that level because they gotta be, or they wouldn't be in the finals right now.
Yeah.
Period.
This ain't no disrespect talk. Yeah, this ain't no disrespect talk.
No,
but the stats ain't lying.
They don't lie.
They ain't lying, right?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm basing my pick off what I've seen all year, what I chose for a reason. I knew they was the number 1 team in the NBA all year. Yeah, I mean, look at the series they played. Did anybody even push them past 6 games?
They ain't see no 7-game series at all. Not one.
They blew out everybody. They even smoked the Nuggets. They smoked the Nuggets like they wasn't shit. So, we'll see. So we got Pacers in 7 over here, OKC in 6 over here, and I'm OKC in 5 or 6 over here. Hell of a series. I can't wait to see when it starts Monday, I believe. I think it starts tomorrow at 8:30.
Yeah, it's just June 5th at 8 on ABC.
Thursday.
But I got something I want to bring up, and it's something that me and you talked about. So after the Wolves
hold on. Give me a second. Hold on.
You gotta go poop.
No, I don't. Yeah, watch your mouth. I can still hear you, brother. All right, go ahead.
So after the Wolves got closed out, Charles Barkley was on the after game show, and he said that basically Ant-Man just ain't ready to be the face of the league. And I just wanted to bring it up as the panel. Does anybody on this panel agree? Because I don't. I think he's still a superstar. I think he's great. It's just one of them years. You know what I mean? And the fact that Randall was actually bringing his game every other game, and if you go back and look, this motherfucker really only balled out every other game. And it's like he needed more help. He wasn't getting no parts of it. So, like I said, it was a shame that the series between them and Oklahoma could have been a little bit better. But he just did. There's just not enough firepower. But do y'all agree with Charles Barkley about him not being the face of the league?
Go ahead, 1-5.
I was gonna say he could be like Dominique Wilkins, just a really good player on an average team that will never make the championship. Or he could be the face of the league. It's going to be on him, man. I mean, honestly, I think he can be the face of the league on the American side, but he's going to have to win a championship or get to the finals, and he's going to be insane to do that with the team that he's got. Because, like I said, it took Julius Randle who has never really showed up in big games, to show up in big games to get him as far as he got. So I don't think he's quite there yet. I think we want him to be there more than he wants to be there. Let's put it that way.
How do I put this? I don't agree with Charles Barkley, but I don't think Ant is the face of the league anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think SGA is the face of the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the face of the league is the most valuable player in the league. It's not, Joker had been the face of the league for 3 years straight. But Joker's just not a receptive person to want to be in the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
So
he could care less.
The league can't force it on him. But SGA, go look on TV. SGA got hella commercials now. SGA used to have one commercial till he became that guy. a lot of people forget this. SGA is 26 years old, right? SGA been averaging 30 since he was 23 years old. This is why when I said he really should have won it last year, he should be a back-to-back MVP holder. But this league is whoever's on top to me, that's the face. It's not who we make the face to be. Now, does that mean that Ant ain't a superstar? Hell yeah, Ant a superstar. Ant does superstar shit.
He really does.
Ant was in the Western Conference Finals last year. So this ain't Julius Randle don't have shit to do with Ant's success because Ant was here last year. Julius Randle wasn't. See, we got to remember, Ant was here last year with Cat. Julius Randle wasn't on this team. Ant was there this year with Julius Randle on the team. So what's the common denominator? Ant-Man. He's been a superstar. He has superstar quality. He got superstar power. The problem with Ant is still immature. He's immature. That's why when he went to his press conference and they asked him about losing, and he said, "Why would I be mad? I'm excited. I'm 23 years old. I'm gonna get back here plenty of times." No. If you think that, then you on drugs, because that ain't how it works. It's hard to get where you are. That shit's hard. Now, you arrogant when it comes to your game because you know you're a great player, but don't get it twisted. You still need help. And that OKC thing that's out there that just put you out in 5, they not going nowhere no time soon, Ant.
And they about to get better.
Right. So you can keep getting there, but that don't mean you're going to get to the mountaintop because the motherfuckers in front of you, it's like, I'll give you a perfect example. It's like when my Lakers, when Shaq and Kobe was running the West, it was Sacramento, it was Portland. They couldn't get past us. So every year I got to hear, I'm in high school hearing Portland fans, Kings fans. Man, we hate the Lakers. Man, we done took them 7 games this year, but you lost. Portland, we going 7 with the Lakers, but you lost. Sacramento, we going 6 with the Lakers again, but you lost. It's like when before Mike was Mike, the Pistons was in his way. They was in his way. Mike couldn't get past the bad boys till he went and got in shape, got his mind right. And you got to get your mind right, because you still on some young shit, for real. Like, and you 23. You got a good reason to be immature, and the pressure might be too much for you to be the face, which is understandable. You come on, man. Listen, this is the same young man. No disrespect to him, but this is the same young man that had a baby and don't want to be the father. See, all you gotta do is research Anthony Edwards. He has a baby and don't want to be the daddy. He got the money to do it, but he don't want to spend that time and give up his. He don't want to give up his youth. He's a young dude, man. That's his immaturity.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just, I mean, at least he's honest. He's honest about it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. That's why I said I'm not saying what I'm saying to disrespect him.
Oh, I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm saying what I'm saying because a lot of people, it's hard for a man to actually admit that, especially being in the celebrity status he's in. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so can he be the face of the league one day? Yeah. But I think on the American side, Jason Tatum is the face of the league. Period. On the American side, Jason Tatum don't get enough praise. And he's the best player in Boston. That's
You know what
just me.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? If you guys remember when European boxers kind of took over the heavyweight division and everybody kind of overlooked them, like who's the next great American heavyweight?
Klitschko and them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, it's just a weird place where we ain't had an American at top on the top. Everybody's kind of trying to make that next person.
What makes it weird is why do they not give? Go check the numbers, bro. The whole year, Tatum is there. The whole year, 25 plus points a game, 8 or 9 rebounds a game, 5 or 6 plus assists a game. The same numbers they got. But because he plays for Boston and they got a great record, it's almost like they keep taking against him. Like, well, he got such a good team. He should be. They should be this good. But he's the leader. He's the leader of this team. Like, it's just like
a little boring. And that's, you know what I mean?
No.
Nah, they ain't boring.
They not boring at all. Because I hear people I hear people say SGA and them is more boring than that. And that's because SGA is ball dominant.
Right.
The Boston Celtics game it's worth watching, and I'm a Laker. Like, I don't understand it. Tatum,
and I hate them, and I won't agree with that.
You got to understand, Tatum has been great since he came into the league.
He just gets disrespected.
It gets disrespected all the time. Brown been on that team. And when Tatum came in, he took the team from Brown. And he didn't do it on purpose. He just was playing his game.
That's the natural order of things.
That's how you know when you're great. Like, bro, go check his numbers. Ain't nobody fucking with Jason Tatum for real on the East Coast besides Giannis. The only person that can actually numbers is even like remotely a little more than he is Giannis. They 1 and 2 every year, but don't get no love.
You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny? When Mike came into the league, Reggie Theus was the best player on the Bulls team. As soon as he came in, Reggie Theus was not the best player on the Bulls team.
That's just how it works.
And George Gervin was there too. An old George Gervin, but they were clearly not the best players.
Shaq was the best Laker in 2000. In 2001 and 2002, Kobe Bryant showed him, you can't fuck with me for real. I'm the one. I'm the future. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. But that's a good question, though. You know what I'm saying? And I like Ant's Ant, you know, and Barkley, but you got to remember, Charles Barkley says some of the most.
Yeah, he be on some disrespectful shit, man.
Yeah, he say some outlandish shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with
sometimes, a lot of damn times. Damn near every damn time he opened his fat ass mouth.
Barkley's my guy, but he just he
Barkley's my guy too. He's still a fat mouth. You know what? He's the basketball version of Jason Whitlock.
Nah, he ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't that bad.
Man, no. I didn't see Barkley say some real scandalous shit.
But not as bad as Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock is a fucking hater to the core. Like, he has no.
Barkley's a hater to the core.
No. Barkley shows love for people. Whitlock don't show no love for nobody. Period. That's why all his people, everybody that's in the same space as him, that's why they can't stand him.
I mean, he shows love to the workers at Popeye.
People can stand Barkley. People can't stand Whitlock. Like, literally. Whitlock's not even. This is how you know Charles Barkley says outlandish shit, but he's Charles Barkley. He's always said outlandish shit, even when he was a player. He's respected. Nobody respects Whitlock. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can go research. Nobody likes him. Like, he's a piece
I know that.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Let me jump over to the NFL for it. No, I'm gonna stay where we are. Because I'm happy you asked the question you asked because I'm about to ask y'all a question, and this is a little trivia question. And I want to know if y'all know the answer, especially with two times because he's Mr. Historian. So, and don't look it up because I know if you looked it up because I'm looking at you two motherfuckers.
Look, my phone's over here. I already got it on right now. So.
Todd, I know you, Mr. Computer Screen. Don't even try it. Okay, so
just like this.
Name the only 5 teams that have not made the NBA Finals yet.
Oh, I can do that.
Clippers.
Hornets.
Yeah, Hornets. Is it
King? No, not King. Not the Kings. The Kings have been to the finals. Never mind, not the Kings. Let's see here. Hold on.
I'll say this. Hold on. Y'all got the first 2 right. Clippers and
Pelicans.
Yeah.
That's 3. That's 2
Grizzlies.
That's 4. One more.
4.
And
damn, it's right on shit. Hold on. Give me a second here. The Wolves.
Yeah, T-Wolves.
The Wolves. I was tripping. Damn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed the T-Wolves either.
And see, I almost said the Kings, but they made the finals as the Rochester Royals.
I was going through some bottom-end teams, and I was like, well, fuck, the Wizards have been there since.
Yeah, they won it in '78, and the Sonics won in '79, so the Thunder don't count either.
Yeah. In some NFL news, my Eagles are looking to move Bryce Huff to the 49ers. Which for real, I know why he's trying to go there because his old coach is now the defensive coordinator again. But Bryce Huff just, I don't know. He's young. He's 27. But when he came over to us, he came over with an injured hand. It never really got better. And he just, I don't know if it was the scheme. Because, sometimes guys just don't fit a scheme. He might.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
He might be better in San Francisco, but he definitely is not. He's definitely not good enough on our team. So that's a move that we're coming up with, and that move, to let y'all know, is to set up 3 different moves. It's either to sign your player, Erickson, to go get him. It's to go get Jalen Ramsey, or it's for my Eagles to go get Kyle Pitts. Because we don't have, after this year, we don't have a tight end on our roster. So every tight end we got on our roster right now they're on a 1-year deal, and that's even including my guy over there. So
I'm surprised y'all don't go get Jonnu Smith, because the Steelers is kind of like in limbo trying to get him from Miami, but I would be shocked if y'all try to swoop in and get Jonnu Smith from Miami.
No, because we debating on Jalen Ramsey, but we don't know about Jalen Ramsey's relationship with Vic Fangio because he was over there and he was talking shit. When Vic left, he was talking shit. Erickson,
he talks shit no matter what.
Erickson is the deal that we just freed up $45 million in the cap, getting rid of Huff to y'all, where we would sign and trade to pay him to come to us from Cincinnati. I wouldn't be mad about that at all. I'll take Erickson because he can play. And he's older, but I don't give a fuck. You know how we rotate our line. It don't really matter how old you are. You gonna go like this in Philly green. We gonna rotate you like this all day long. Pitts, the Kyle Pitts thing. I kind of feel like, and I said this when he was drafted, Kyle Pitts should have never came out of Florida yet. He should have played another year. He was not ready.
He damn sure would.
The what's your boy name? The one we put on the song, Todd. The one that talks like that. Todd. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
Draft guy.
The draft dude.
Mel Kiper Jr.
Mel Kiper. He was the main one. Kyle Pitts was Kyle Pitts wasn't shit. The
He was
year
just tall.
he was just big. He was just bigger than everybody. Because if you go back and watch that year in Florida, he didn't really do shit. I was like, what the fuck? Where did he come from? But remember this about Florida, and I want y'all to think about this. And I don't know what it is, but I think it's a Mel Kiper thing. Have you noticed that every time Florida gets a draft pick in the top 10, they sorry as fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Richardson was sorry as fuck at Florida. And when they was like, yeah, well, he runs a 4. Who gives a fuck?
So?
He's sorry. He is sorry.
He runs really fast into an injury.
He is horrible. And then Kyle Pitts, the only one that's been kind of decent is your boy in play for the Niners. He the only one. Because, and I ain't talking about a defense because their defensive players be legit most of the time.
Yeah.
But they offensive players lately, man, they have been Pampers, bro.
Dookie.
Since Urban was down there, their offensive players are ass. You know,
Pampers. I don't know. I don't even like when I was like Kyle Pitts. Like, why are you in the top of the draft? Or he's going to Atlanta? Like, boy,
because he was a matchup nightmare. He was a matchup nightmare in college. But I mean, who isn't half the time in college? When you get to the NFL, defensive coordinator scheme to get you out of your comfort zone, and that's the thing.
And everybody the same size.
Yeah, his route tree is terrible. You ever see him run routes? He looked like a little kid lost in the mall.
He's horrible, bro. So that's why if y'all want to know how I really feel about the moves, the Ramsey I really don't care for because he's too old to me. That's like a lateral move getting Slay.
He's a shit talker. He's a shit mouth. I like him. He's a shit mouth.
Erickson will be a great move because I like Erickson, and Erickson's only 31, but I feel like I don't think he's I don't think he's going like this. I think he's still doing this. So he plays like that. And I just don't. The Pitts move I really don't care for. But I just want to throw that out there about a movement in NFL. WNBA yesterday. Well, actually, Friday. The Lynx 74-71 over the Mercury. They are 6-0 now. The Lynx are hooping. The Sparks lose to the Aces 96-81. The Aces are 3-2. The Sparks are 2-5. The Dream beat the Storm 94-87. The Dream are 5-2. The Storm are 3-3. The Liberty are rolling. The Liberty won yesterday 85-63. They are 6-0. The Misses was 3-4. The Sun are 1-5, but they beat your girl out there in Indiana 85-83. Caitlin Clark and them are now 2-4. The Liberty played today, and they beat the Sun 100-52. Let me say it again for the people in the back. The Liberty won 100-52 today over the Sun.
Snuff the Sun out.
The Liberty are literally 7-0, and I'm gonna be honest. I didn't make my pick. I'm gonna make my pick for the WNBA championship. The Liberty are going back to back.
They might go undefeated.
Yeah, Breanna Stewart and them can't nobody fuck with them, bro. Breanna Stewart and them can't be fucked with, bro. Like I'm just be honest. They look good, but the Lynx really look good too. So that going forward, the Lynx are definitely in the West, and the Liberty are in the East. So it'll be great to see that if that's the final. They're both undefeated right now. If they keep it up, that would be a great final. Let me switch over to baseball. I'm gonna name these is 6 teams, and I don't think. I think it's been a while. It's probably been. We probably had to go back to like when the Braves was winning, or maybe even when the Yankees had their little run. Where, and what I'm saying to y'all is, it's got to be when the Braves was winning. But there is 2 AL teams. One is 39-21. That's the Tigers. And one is 35-22. That's the Yankees. The game just came on. They playing the Dodgers right now. But that's 2 AL teams. But it's 4 NL teams that 4 teams ain't been like this in a while. And I'm not going to say the Dodgers, but they have. The Dodgers are the defending champion, 36-22. But the Cubs are 37-22. The Phillies are 36-23. And the Mets are 37-22. And it's like, shit. I'm like, baseball is interesting. I was watching us play the Braves today. We beat the Braves. I also watched the Cubs and the Reds today. I think baseball's taking a turn for me right now. I think it's getting back to how it used to be because the actual talent is like it's getting here.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
motherfuckers
It's
can
starting to get
play.
interesting again. It's interesting again.
Yeah, motherfuckers can really play. But this is my question to the pod. We in a 2-man MVP race. 2. One of these batters is averaging 398, 21 home runs, 50 RBIs. The other batter is averaging 298, which is basically 300. The other one is batting 400. But the one that's averaging 300 has 22 home runs and 37 RBIs. One plays on the East Coast, one plays on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
My question to the pod is, who wins the MVP? Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge?
I'll go Shohei because he does pitching also.
Okay.
He hasn't pitched yet, but I agree.
Okay. So y'all both got Ohtani?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Judge. I really do. But Shoney's like he on some shit, man. I don't even fuck with the Dodgers, but he made me go watch their games. Judge don't make me go watch the Yankees.
You know what's funny? And you know I'm a diehard Red Sox, so you know I hate the Yankees to the core. But what I will say about Aaron Judge that I'll put it like this. He's one of the best regular season baseball players I've ever seen batting.
Totally agree.
But when the playoffs come,
He's ass.
Where the fuck he is.
He's ass master.
And the one thing about Ohtani, and this is why I think Ohtani's gonna be MVP, and I got him picked too, because to me, Ohtani is the face of baseball. When it's time, it don't matter what time of the year it is. Ohtani is that one. That motherfucker can do it anytime. He did it in the World Series. He did it in the playoffs. He's him. He's just him. He's him right now. And I don't care if you don't like the Dodgers and whoever your childhood team is you grew up on, I understand it. I'm a Red Sox, so I get it. 2 times is a Tiger. That's what we do. We fuck with our teams, but we gonna keep it real about a motherfucker when a motherfucker cold. And that motherfucker,
anybody fucking with him.
Cold.
Anybody fucking
with that boy. Anybody fucking with that boy. And the crazy thing is, what make it even funnier is he's not American born. He's not nowhere near American born, and he's the best player in baseball.
Come over here and dominate shit.
And he's not Latin either. So it's not like he's not Mexican, he's not Latino, he's not one of y'all either. He's a whole Asian guy, and he is a bad motherfucker.
And that was a knock on Asian baseball players for the longest time, that their game was simple over there, and it's not, man. These motherfuckers come over here and they master shit. And like I said, from Ichiro all the way to this young brother right here, man.
That's who changed, but you got to remember, that's who changed our mind about it anyway.
Yeah.
Ichiro is the reason why we ain't looking at Ohtani all weird, because Ichiro set this up for Ohtani to be successful like this.
Yeah.
But Ohtani is like a fucking video game, like a created player, bro.
There's been a lot of successful Asian baseball players over here, man. Them motherfuckers been over here kicking people in the ass. So, like I said, that's the one thing I like, man.
Like Hideki Matsui. Hideki Matsui was sweet as fuck too. Yeah, he was sweet.
See, this is the one time this country can't do nothing about diversity, baby, and I love it.
Yeah, that boy a problem.
So, I'm looking at some standings and everything, right? And I'm looking at run differential. Who would you think leads the league in run differential? That's outscoring their opponent.
Probably the Tigers.
Probably the Yankees.
39. The Tigers are the Yankees.
It's the Chicago Cubs.
I can see that.
Interesting. I can see it though.
Yeah.
They're having an amazing season.
They're having a hell of a year.
Plus 97. The Yankees are plus 94. The Tigers are plus 86. And the Dodgers are plus 84.
They having a hell of a year. That's why when I name these teams,
Tampa Bay is plus 41. And even though the Blue Jays got a winning record, they're minus 5. Which is
because they playing the AL East with us.
Right.
My division is always my division is tough. I got a tough division.
Yes, defense.
And then oddly enough, the Reds, who have a losing record, not by much, they're 2 games under 500, are plus 30.
Because they got the talent, but they can't close.
So
yeah,
you think?
But they're ahead of schedule on their development, though. I wouldn't expect these motherfuckers to come kick people in the ass. But next year, I think the Reds are going to come out the pocket right.
Right. And then the fucking Colorado Rockies on the flip side are negative 185.
It's because they ain't got any fucking atmosphere there. That's the problem. These motherfuckers playing up in outer space.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody breathe there. That's why the motherfuckers motherfuckers can't breathe out there. That's why.
That's a fact.
You got a cloud sitting in the middle of the goddamn field. You can't even see motherfuckers.
Yeah, those were just some telling facts. Usually when teams are plus that much, they're gonna do well in the playoffs. The Guardians are negative 16, and they're in second place behind the Tigers. That usually don't bode well. And Minnesota's plus 30. So to me, that tells me Minnesota is going to slide up in that 2 spot, and then Minnesota might slide back behind the Royals at some point for 4th in that league, in that division.
Fuck all of them. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody in my division. Fuck them.
You know what's funny is the funny thing about, and it's the same thing with it's like hockey. Baseball and hockey are so much alike where it's so many games played. We really don't know who's going to the World Series.
Yeah, the teams fall apart before the halfway season.
Yeah.
Like Detroit got the best record in baseball, and they might finish with the best record in baseball, but they might get knocked out in the first fucking round.
Right.
Yeah. And you know so crazy. Middle of last week, they slipped out of the best record by half a game for like a day or two and slipped right back in. And I said, you know what? It may be sustainable. It may not. But for the first time in several years, there might be buyers at the trade deadline, and I like that.
Yeah, I don't. That's one thing about baseball and hockey. You don't know who the fuck gonna win it all.
Because they pay 275,000 games.
They do.
They got way too many games.
Yeah.
By the time they get to the playoffs, motherfuckers be sleepy. You be like, shit.
Hey, motherfuckers be forgetting. What we playing for again? Oh, yeah, the World Series. Yeah, let's play shit. World Series on 2.
You know, baseball used to be called America's pastime because there wasn't TV and there wasn't movies like there are now. Baseball is no longer America's pastime, even though they like to hang on to that moniker. But that's also why they had so many games, was because nobody had nothing to do. So they'd go to the ballpark, and that was a way for baseball, A, to grow its brand, and B, that was something for people to do back in the day. And that's also why baseball games last as long as they did. So just a fun little history fact for you.
The shit be long as fuck. But I like softball better than baseball watching wise. Because the girls, softball be the shit.
Hell yeah. But you know so funny?
Kick that dirt off of her cleat and then throw the pitch and then the ball.
That's why they're called the boys of summer. But you know what's so funny? I got a homeboy, my name, shout out to Zach Fives. He's a big Reds fan. That motherfucker stay up in that goddamn stadium. Every time I look up, he posts a picture from the stands. I mean, he stay at them Reds games every year.
He is, yeah.
Let me think. What did we? No, we addressed everything. All right, so let's get into what
we're gonna go over lacrosse. The lacrosse has been on.
Cricket.
And the motherfucker. And that's how you might as well say, and the snack bar is still open. They got those little cups, like
little Tom peanuts ready.
Right. We're gonna do our side notes. Our side notes. I know I did 1-5 first last time.
No, he did. That was he did. He did because I did. You did lifetime 48.
I do this shit all the time. 2 times. What's your side note today?
I'd like to wish a happy 82nd birthday to Broadway Joe. Joe Namath, you turned 82 yesterday, and I'd like to say thank you for making the NFL what it is today. Because if you didn't guarantee a win in Super Bowl III, we might be watching motherfuckers run 85 times a game in fucking NFL. It was boring as fuck too. The AFL actually came in and started kicking ass. So happy
Broadway
82nd birthday.
Joe. Shout out to Broadway Joe, man. Legendary. 1-5. What is your side note for the weekend?
Man, my side note is if you can't read it, your boy was nominated for BET People's Choice Award as a music producer. Thank you very much for the people that nominated me. And if you see my post, go like, comment 1-5 on the beat, and share it with your friends. So, because it is the People's Choice Award. They don't actually vote on it. The people have to vote on it. And the way you get the votes in is by commenting my name under the post. And I had to tag all the people and stuff like that. So I just want to shout out all the people that have made this possible in my career. News being my number one artist, my production brothers, Beat Punishers, Star Money Click artist, Tino, and all the other local guys that I mess with, and then the guys around the country that I mess with, and my management team, Jay Adams and West Coast Heavies. And I appreciate everybody for making that possible for me. Thank you.
You already know.
Man.
You already know.
Good job, man. I may have to have you write my theme music for me when I walk into work every day.
Yeah, I can do that.
Hey, 1-5.
Yeah.
You write that shit. I'm quitting.
Hey,
you get that motherfucker some theme music, and I'm leaving that motherfucker the day come on. The first
that shit'll be cold blooded though.
Porn, I hear goddamn anything, I'm walking out.
Yeah.
My side note for the weekend is I want to give a shout out to the Ohio State University. The shit Ryan Day has pulled off in this summer. I mean, fuck the summer because we just now getting here, but this spring of recruitments is crazy. Number 1, number 2, and number 3 receivers in the country. Like, that's unheard of. Like, Brian Hartline taking over this offense where they know now, like, they kind of know it's gonna go. It's gonna turn over to. It's gonna be a pass heavy offense. You know what I'm saying? We still gonna run that ball because we got running backs galore. But man, he's putting these guys in the league, bro. Like this shit. I gotta give props to my my team, man, and my coach. That, and I want to say this this is a long overdue because I was the only one like this, and I got videos to prove it. I got the tape to roll it back, and you can hear me say it. I told motherfuckers, don't try to fire my coach. Give that motherfucker some time. Because once you gave Ryan Day some time, Ryan Day is a national champion now. And Ryan Day has been top 5 in recruiting for the last 5 fucking years straight. Ohio State
really had.
If Ohio State ain't 1, they're 2. If they're not 1, 2, they're 3. You have to. But the thing with people is, as fans, and we get into this world of fans where it's win now, win now, win now. Sometimes you got to be patient, bro. You got to be patient as a fan in sports, bro. And I know it's hard because some of these organizations ain't won in 30, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just come with the process of being a sports fan. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a good show today. I'm going to say what I always say because I love to say it, and this is how I feel. Everything I do it on God. Everything we do it on God. And when I do it with these two crazy motherfuckers, we do it on God. I am Young Money Bad News, the co-CEO of the Star Money Click, the number 1 rapper in the world, and I am BMC for life. That is 1-5. The new People Choice Award BET nominated for a beat. Yeah, he's him. He is also the other co-CEO of the Star Money Click. He also sponsors the liquor that sponsors our show. And he is the number 1 producer in the world. That is a devoted 49er fan and the hopeful Sooner fan and my brother from another mother. That is Jimmy 2 times. We was the On God podcast. Shout out to the Black Mamba. You see him in the back. We out.
Peace.
Assalamu alaikum, baby.